It began with a whisper, a tale of an old wooden box. This was no ordinary container. It was said to hold something evil, something hungry. The Dybbuk Box, they called it, a name that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to utter it. Legend claims the box originated in Spain, used in Jewish mysticism to trap a dislocated spirit, a Dybbuk. This entity, unable to find peace, clung to the earthly plane, its malevolence seeping from the box's very core. The box's journey to notoriety remains shrouded in mystery. Some say it belonged to a Holocaust survivor, a desperate attempt to contain the horrors he had witnessed. Others believe it was discovered in an abandoned synagogue, its true purpose lost to time. One thing is certain: the Dybbuk Box is no mere artifact. It is a vessel of fear, its presence a palpable weight on the air, a constant reminder that some things are best left undisturbed. The box's path to infamy began with an unsuspecting soul, an antique dealer who stumbled upon it in a dusty corner of an estate sale. Intrigued by its age and intricate carvings, he purchased it, unaware of the darkness he had invited into his life. His joy was short-lived. The shop, once bustling, fell silent, customers inexplicably driven away. The man's dreams turned to nightmares, plagued by images of a shadowy figure and an overwhelming sense of dread. His health deteriorated rapidly, inexplicable ailments tormenting his waking hours. Desperate, he tried to rid himself of the box, selling it to another antique dealer, but it was always returned, a malevolent boomerang he couldn't escape. The antique dealer, driven to the brink, finally discarded the box, abandoning it in the alley behind his shop. He hoped to sever the connection, to outrun the curse that had latched onto him with such ferocity. The box didn't stay hidden for long. A young university professor, drawn to the unusual, found it, recognizing its potential historical significance. He brought it home, eager to unravel its secrets, completely oblivious to the terror that awaited him. The professor, a man of logic and reason, soon found his world spiraling into chaos. His sleep became a battlefield, haunted by vivid nightmares and the feeling of an unseen presence pressing down on him. He would wake in a cold sweat, his heart pounding in his chest, the air thick with an oppressive dread. Unexplained occurrences began to plague his waking hours. Objects moved on their own, lights flickered erratically, and whispers seemed to emanate from the very walls of his home. His once organized life dissolved into a maelstrom of fear and paranoia. He confided in colleagues, sharing the strange happenings and his growing belief that the box was the source. Skepticism greeted his claims, but the fear in his eyes, the palpable terror that clung to him, spoke volumes. As the professor delved deeper into the box's history, he uncovered a disturbing pattern. Each previous owner, he discovered, had met with misfortune, their lives consumed by tragedy and despair. The box, it seemed, left a trail of broken lives in its wake. He reached out to the antique dealers who had previously possessed the box, their stories chillingly similar. They spoke of illness, bankruptcy, and even death, all linked to the time the box had been in their possession. The professor, now convinced that the box was a conduit to something sinister, tried to destroy it. He attempted to burn it, but the flames seemed to shy away from the wood, as if repelled by an unseen force. He tried to smash it with a sledgehammer, but the wood refused to splinter, remaining stubbornly intact. Desperate, he contacted rabbis, priests, and paranormal investigators, seeking a way to neutralize the evil he believed was trapped within the box. He was met with a mixture of skepticism and fear, many unwilling to involve themselves with something so potentially dangerous. Section 5. The box's fame grows. The professor, unable to contain the horrors he was experiencing, documented his experiences online. His blog, filled with chilling accounts of his ordeal, quickly went viral, attracting a global audience captivated by the tale of the Dybbuk Box. The story spread like wildfire, leaping from obscure corners of the internet to mainstream media. Newspapers and television shows clamored to interview the professor, eager to capitalize on the public's fascination with the unknown. Skeptics emerged, dismissing the story as a hoax, a clever fabrication designed to generate attention. But for many, the professor's genuine terror, His detailed accounts of the unexplained events and the box's disturbing history were impossible to ignore. The Dybbuk Box had transcended mere legend, becoming a cultural phenomenon. It sparked debate and fueled imaginations, leaving many wondering if the line between reality and the supernatural was as clear as they once believed. Section 6. The possession inspired by terror. The Dybbuk Box's notoriety reached new heights when its story caught the attention of Hollywood. Filmmakers, sensing the potential for a truly terrifying horror film, optioned the rights to the professor's story. The result was The Possession, a box office hit that introduced the legend of the Dybbuk Box to an even wider audience. The film, while fictionalized, drew heavily from the real-life accounts of the box's previous owners, amplifying the fear and suspense to chilling effect. The Possession reignited public interest in the Dybbuk Box, sending chills down spines and fueling nightmares. The film's success solidified the box's place in pop culture, ensuring its legend would continue to haunt and intrigue for years to come. Section 7. Inside the Dybbuk Box. The Dybbuk Box, now a recognized symbol of supernatural dread, found its way into the hands of paranormal investigators, including myself. Driven by a desire to understand the truth behind the legend, I embarked on a journey to unravel its mysteries. We approached the box with caution, treating it with the respect one would afford a dangerous predator. Our investigations involved scientific instruments attempting to detect any unusual electromagnetic fields or temperature fluctuations that might indicate paranormal activity. We also conducted EVP sessions, hoping to capture any disembodied voices or sounds that might emanate from the box. The results were both intriguing and unsettling. While scientific data proved inconclusive, the EVP recordings yielded spine-chilling whispers and growls, sounds that defied rational explanation. The air around the box felt heavy, charged with an oppressive energy that seemed to press down on us. Section 8. The power of belief. The question of whether the Dybbuk Box is genuinely cursed or simply a product of our collective imagination remains a subject of intense debate. Skeptics argue that the misfortunes experienced by its owners are nothing more than coincidence, easily explained by psychological factors. They point to the power of suggestion, arguing that the belief in the curse itself can manifest as anxiety, stress, and even psychosomatic illness. The human mind, they argue, is highly susceptible to suggestion, particularly when confronted with the unknown. While the skeptical viewpoint holds merit, it fails to fully account for the sheer consistency and severity of the events surrounding the box. The sheer number of individuals who have experienced negative occurrences after coming into contact with the box is difficult to dismiss as mere coincidence. Section 9. Real or imagined. The Dybbuk Box stands as a chilling reminder that there are still mysteries in this world that defy easy explanation. Whether it is a conduit to a malevolent entity, a repository of negative energy, or simply an object imbued with the power of suggestion, its impact is undeniable. Perhaps the true horror lies not in the box itself, but in our own capacity for fear and belief. The human mind is a powerful instrument capable of conjuring both wonders and terrors. The Dybbuk Box, regardless of its true nature, has tapped into our primal fears, forcing us to confront the unsettling possibility that some things are best left undisturbed. The Dybbuk Box remains in my possession, locked away for safekeeping. Its presence is a constant reminder of the unseen forces that might surround us, a chilling testament to the enduring power of fear and the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows of our world.